Some people claim that this indicator is 100 times better than the MACD for trading. So we're going to test it and code it, so let's get straight to it. Hi trader devs, I hope everybody's going extremely well. My name's David and welcome to my channel where we're testing trading strategies. I use code to do it, so we're going to be today testing the trading strategy that I found on YouTube, which is the known sure thing. I'm going to put it back to back against the MACD just so that we can see whether it's better or not. So I guess the best thing is to get to my computer and let's have a look at this. Just before I go, if I could kindly ask you to smash that thumbs up button, it helps me with the YouTube algorithm, and also don't forget, if you like this kind of content, you can subscribe. You can also join me in the Discord channel, which you can find the links in the description. We just sit chatting about trading strategies, etc. all day. Okay, so I'm going to get to my computer now. Right, here we are on my desktop. Okay, to give credit where credit was due, I found this strategy on Trading Rush's website. It was actually suggested by one of our members of our Discord channel, a strategy which he has back tested manually 100 times. Okay, so we're going to go over to TradingView here, and the idea is we're going to be using the KST, which is a known sorry about that. We're going to be using that indicator instead of the MACD because it's potentially better than the MACD. Very much similar, as you can see. If we remove the histogram from the MACD here, we can actually see that the lines actually cross very much in the same places. So what our strategy today will be the 200 EMA line here, which will give us the trend direction. So when we're above the 200 EMA, we're looking for long positions, and when we're below the 200 EMA, we're looking for short positions. On the MACD, when we're below the zero line, we're looking for a crossover of the blue line, which is the MACD line, above the orange line, which is the signal line. And we're going to get an entry there. Okay, and the same goes for the KST. For looking for long entries, we're going to have the green line going above the red line, and that is below the zero line. If we're looking for shorts, would be over here, which is the green line going under the red line, or the red line going over the green line, and it would have to be over this zero line, which is the dotted line in the middle. Same for the MACD, we're looking for short entries up here below the 200 EMA. Blue line goes under the orange line, but always above the zero double dashed line here. So let's have a look at a couple of entries which would have been possible entries. Okay, let's zoom out here and let's go over to here where we are really above the 200 EMA. Okay, so we're above the 200 EMA here, and we'd be looking for a crossover in the KST or in the MACD. So as you can see, they are pretty much the same sort of indicators here. Okay, we have one here, which we are above the 200 EMA, and as you can see, they both pretty much cross on the same bar. Okay, let me zoom in. There we go. Right. Okay, as you can see, we pretty much cross over as the KST actually crosses one bar later. So we'd actually get in probably about here by the time it's confirmed for the KST with a potential 7% rise. And we would have got in a little bit earlier, maybe with the MACD, which would have been one bar earlier, would have actually got back in here and would have given us more than an 8% rise. Okay, and if we were looking for a short, it would be the opposite way round. Let's see if we can find somewhere where the shorting would have been better for us. Okay, over here. Okay, so the KST, it would have been around here. Okay, so the bar would have been crossed over just here and would have given us a potential of 12% there. And we're the same for the MACD. It's the long position, we're just slightly in advance. Okay, so the actual idea of the KST is actually it gets rid of a lot of the noise. It's better smoothed out, so you maybe get a little bit less entries, which means that you'll probably lose a little less money. Okay, right, let's take all of the code here. So we're going to be adding the EMA, which is this one here. We're going to take the code, copy and paste it all into my boilerplate, and we're going to back test it for over 100 entries just by copying and pasting it into my boilerplate. Right, I'm going to do that, and we're going to fast forward through the code and we'll review the code together afterwards. Okay, let's go. Okay, that's done. As you can see, I've actually finished all the code here. As you can see, I've added the EMA and all of the entries where the bars go over. Let's have a look at the code very quickly. Okay, as I said, this was actually quite simple. I actually added just the EMA here. This is the code for the EMA, which I got from the EMA script there. I literally changed the colors of it, so when you're above it, it goes green, and when you're below it, it goes red, just for visual. Okay, and then we added added a selection tab here, so you can choose between the EMA and the MACD just for experimentation. We added all of the KST as is onto here just by literally copying and pasting it. That's giving us two variables, which is the KST and the sig line. That's the line and the red and the green line there. And then we've got the MACD here. The MACD literally as is, exactly the same as above, giving us two variables here, which is actually giving us three variables, but we only need two, which is MACD and signal. Now, depending on whether we select the KST or the MACD from here, which is a drop down, it gives our piece of software the information we need to know whether we're going to be using those lines, these lines, or these lines for the entry. Okay, as you can see, the first thing we're going to be looking for is to find out if we're above the MACD, the EMA, which is the out EMA variable, and then we make sure that we have the signal crossover for a short position or the signal crossover for the long position, which is here, crossover or crossover. Okay, fantastic. Right, I'm going to save that. And now we're just going to literally have a look at the strategy to see whether it would have done better with the KST or the MACD. Okay, let's have a look at a couple of the actual entries here. As you can see, we are currently on the KST, and you can see we actually got in on a crossover just there, just the candle after the crossover, and it made an entry there, here. Fantastic. Okay, let's have a look at the results of the KST. So as you can see, I'm actually in the settings on KST at the moment. We'll have a look at MACD afterwards to see if it's actually better. Okay, we would have had 73 wins and 83 losses, which gives us around a 47%. That's 46.79% win rate on 156 trades. We did 90 longs and 60 shorts, 5 wins in a row and 8 losses, giving us a net profit of 45.75%. which is quite respectable. It's not bad at all. So that is the KST. Now let's compare it to the MACD to see if it gives us better results. To do that, all we have to do is go over here and type MACD here. We're going to use exactly the same settings to see how it works. Okay, the MACD gets us a considerably smaller number of trades at 96, so we're about 50 trades less. We've only got 16.8 profitable net profit, and we're also 44%, so a little bit less profitable than the other strategy. We're using the KST. So we had 43 wins and 53 losses. We had a win rate of 55% and net profit, as I said, of 16.8%. Number of longs were 57, number of shorts was 39. Max wins in a row was 5, and max losses in a row was 12. So a lot more losses in a row than the actual KST. So I've done this on the hourly time frame. You can actually download this and use it on the 10 minutes, the 5 minutes, and configure it yourselves. Okay, so that is the end of the experiment for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Yes, I guess we can say that the KST is considerably better than the MACD at getting entries. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you want more content like this one. You can download all of my indicators on TradingView. Just search for David Tech, or you can come and join me on Discord by hitting the Patreon page below. Thanks to everybody that's supporting me. I've got one last thing to say, and that's keep safe and keep coding, guys. Have a good day, and I'll speak to you again soon. Goodbye.